Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I know you guys might be like, yo, it's Saturday. Why is he posting? So I'm gonna start trying to post on Saturdays because I feel like I'm, missing an opportunity with not posting on Saturdays. Plus, you know, for me, it's more of an opportunity to grow on YouTube, and for you guys, it's content, and that's the real important thing, isn't it? So today's story time, pretty interesting, pretty crazy. Well, not really crazy, but it was just shocking. It's about how I don't know. I don't really know what I'm gonna title it, but you'll see as the story time goes along why I thought that it would be a really good story time to share. So it involves a girl. We'll call this girl um Ava. There we go. We'll call her Ava. So Ava, she was she was a Spanish girl. A Puerto Rican girl to be exact. Um, she had almost like what Pop Smoke said, long hair, brown eyes. It was really cute, But the one thing about her was that she was really shy. She was like one of those shy people who when she's with her friends, she'll talk to them, but whenever they're around other people, she just won't say anything. And yeah, so one day, me and her are hanging out, just chilling, literally just vibing, because at this point, I didn't even look at her in a romantic type of light. I literally just looked at her as one of the homies. So we're hanging out one day, just talking, chilling, really doing nothing, and she turned to me and she looked at me and she was just like, "Hey, do you have any crushes?" And I was like, "I mean, not really, but why?" And she was like, "I don't know, just a quick question, cause it's kind of getting boring." And I was like, "Yeah." And so she was like, "You want to watch a movie?" And I was like, "Sure." So we start to watch this movie. For the sake of the video, we'll say that we're watching Avatar, not the live action one. That one was trash. I'm talking about the one with the blue people. So we're watching that, and everything's going good. The movie's playing, the mood is set, everything like that. And because I'm just a cuddle freak, we started cuddling. Everything's going good, and around this time, the time of the day that the place that it was taking that the story time was taking place. I don't know why I can't say that, but the time of day that the story time was taking place was somewhere where it was it wasn't nighttime when I got in, but by the time I left, it was nighttime. So we're just sitting there chilling, cuddled up, watching this Avatar movie. We're enjoying it. We're just enjoying the movie. Anyway, time skip to after the movie. The movie ends, and she had a balcony, and she was just like, "Hey, you want to go hang out on the balcony and look at the stars?" Cause where she lived, it wasn't really that many streetlights and stuff, so there wasn't any light pollution. So because of that, you could really see the stars in the night. So I was like, "Sure." So we go out, we're looking at the stars, and I feel like I'm describing a romantic movie, but we're looking at the stars, everything's going good, and she was just like, "I have to tell you something." And I was like, "Okay, what you gotta tell me?" She was like, "I've had my eye on you for a minute." And when she said that at the time, I didn't understand what she was talking about, because well, usually girls don't say stuff like that. And plus, I don't know, it just was weird to me at the time for her to say something like that. So I was like, "What do you mean?" She was like, "I asked you that question for a reason earlier." And I was like, "What questions?" And she reminded me, the question about if you had a crush on anyone. And I was like, "Oh, yeah, why?" And, jokingly, I was like, "What, do you like me or something?" And she, it was like, "Well, what if that was the case?" And I was like, "What do you mean what if that was the case?" She was like, "Just like I said, what if it was the case?" So I thought about it for a second, and I was like, "Well, if it was, I wouldn't mind. That would be pretty nice." And I think that it made her blush a little bit. I don't really remember what her face looked like when I said that, because I really wasn't looking at her. I was kind of looking at the stars. And she was like, "I have something to show you." And I was like, "Okay." So I basically still was gazing at the stars, and I was like, "Could you show me later? I'll kind of like the view of the stars." And she was like, "No, I need to show you now." And when she said that, she grabbed my hand. And like when she grabbed my hand, you know, I looked to her and bang, it happened just like that. I looked to her and she kissed me. And I'm not gonna get into detail because, like I said, this is YouTube, not RedTube. But like after that kiss, we I guess you could say we passionately made out for a good like 2 minutes and then stopped. And like we just knew that our friendship had gone beyond just regular friendship, and that it had reached a new level. And well, the rest of that night before I left, we really just cuddled up, talked about it, and yeah. But I feel like the interesting thing in the story time is just the fact that, like, I don't know. Me personally, I wasn't expecting that kiss. So when it did happen, it was like, I don't know, it was special. And it was like, the moment was built up perfectly. And it just, I don't know, it just reminded me of a romantic movie. And because of that, I just figured I'd tell it. 'Cause I don't really tell that many romantic stories. And I've noticed that, like, there's a pattern in my channel where I talk more about like my bad like romance experiences and not really the good ones. So I'm gonna try to talk more about the good ones, and this is, you know, the first story time towards that. But if you guys like this romantic little sweet juicy story time, make sure you guys subscribe and turn on post notifications to be reminded the next time I tell one, which will be very soon. And like always, it's your boy Jay. That's the story time for today. And I'm going to see you guys on Sunday, where I have really juicy story time. I'm not going to spoil it, but just know it's crazy. See you guys in the next video. Woo!